The following is a presentation of TFNN.
We're going to go to Tom in Colorado, who has been good enough to hold. Tom, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Good morning, Steve.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to hear your voice.
Yeah, you are Mr. Happy, I'll tell you.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, Steve, I've been listening to the station for over a few years now.
Yes.
And I'm a first-time caller to your show. And I'll tell you, I love the way you break down the charts and explain things, your patience with the callers, the way you articulate the Fibonacci's and what have you. I think you do a great job. You're a great addition to this news network.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate that. Really do.
Yeah.
I can change the world. I will be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good. Baby, if I could change the world.
Let's go to a Dave in Boston. Hey, Dave, what's happening?
Hey, real quick, Steve, I got to tell you, man, you saved me yesterday because I had covered my short positions when I saw that mini rally and then they tanked the market, and I didn't know whether to re-short at the close. And then when I got your video update, you totally gave me a game plan, and boy, did it work out.
Oh, that's great.
Kudos,
That's great.
kudos, man. You were right on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And even after it came out last night, they reported that they had failed, and then the futures came down.
That's right.
And then they went up again. So,
That's
man,
right.
you were right on that.
Change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good. Baby, if I could change the world. Baby, if I could change the world. Baby, if I could change the world.
Let's go to our first caller. Let's go to Susan in Boca Raton. Susan, thanks for calling.
I just have to say one thing. I just recently subscribed to your Mastering Probabilities.
Oh, thank you.
You have put so much time and effort in it, and it shows.
It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the September 11th wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Opening Bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that's what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools. This is the tool I call What's Done is Done. You know, that's a quote by William Shakespeare. The story goes like this. Two Zen monks were on their way to the market one day when they came to a large mud puddle that prevented them from continuing on without getting dirty. Now, standing next to the puddle was a young maiden who wished to continue on, but also she did not want to get dirty. To solve the problem, one of the monks offered to carry her across the puddle, even though this kind gesture violated the vows he had taken to never speak to or to have contact with a woman. Once safely across the puddle, the woman thanked the monk and she went on her way. The two monks, they continued on their way as well, and they didn't exchange a single word for the remainder of the day. That evening, when they returned to the monastery, the monk who had watched the other monk carry the woman across the puddle accused his friend of being unfaithful and sacrilegious. Over and over again, he asked the other monk, "How could you take your vows so lightly?" This angry tirade continued for well over an hour. Finally, the monk who had done the good deed turned to his fellow monk and said, "I'm the one who violated my vows by carrying the young maiden across the mud puddle. But whereas I set the woman down on the path many hours ago, you continue to carry her." Question: do you carry your burdens with you? What is it that you have packed in your mental suitcase? Is it a carry-on bag, or is it something larger, like an overnight bag? Something to think about. Why, folks? It's simple as this. Because what is done is done. You know, Carl Sandburg, he once said, the past is a bucket of ashes. So live not in your yesterdays, nor just for tomorrow, but in the here and now. Keep moving and forget those post-mortems out there. Henry Longfellow, he once said, "Look not sorrowfully into the past. It comes not back again. Wisely improve the present. Go forth to meet the shadowy future without fear and with a manly heart." But I think no one said it better than Shakespeare. What is done is done. Folks, nothing you, nor I, nor anyone else will erase the events of the past. But today, and only today, we must remember September 11th. Forgive, folks. Let's go check out these markets out here. Right now, we've got the futures relatively flat, with the exception of the NASDAQ, which is down 15 points, being drawn down by Apple. We're going to take a look at that here momentarily. Dow futures up 4 points, trading at 15,177. S&P futures down about 2, trading at 1681 right now. King dollar about 4 ticks back. The currency market relatively quiet. Biggest move here is inside the Great British Pound. We'll take a look at that. Goldilocks back $1 right now. No big deal there. Silver's up 11 pennies. It's trading at 23.13. Light sweet crude trading out at 107.60. That's up 21 cents as we take a quick peek across the pond here. Over in Europe, we'll see the DAX is up 42 points, about 0.5%. The FTSE down 8, so about 0.1%. A little bit of a mixed bag, really, over in Asia last night. The Nikkei finishing up 1 point, so that we'll call flat. You had the Hang Seng, that was up or down 39 points. That was off about 0.2%, and up about 0.1% was the Shanghai. That was 3 points out there. Our call-in number 877-927-6648. If you've got a question, give me a call. Be happy to take a look at your stock chart, commodity chart, whatever it is, currency chart, whatever it is that you're trading out there. I'll see what I can do to be of assistance. Let's start off by taking a look at, let's go take a look at what's actually dragging the NASDAQ down here this morning. You know, Apple had a press release, a product release, whatever it was termed as, yesterday, and the market didn't really respond real well to it. Yesterday was pushing downward, I would say, with a volume of about 26.5 million shares. Now, where it stopped, the top of the last breakout with inside of Apple was on August 13th. The high there, 494.66. It closed just inside it by 2 pennies, 494.64. Now, the volume on that is 31 million shares. Right now, as we speak, Apple, let me see where the last trade just fired off here. It was around 472 before we came on the air. 471.36 is where the last trade just fired off. Now, the bottom of that breakout session is 468.05. But the real breakout, when you take a look at any breakout candle, you know, if you're watching us on TigerTV, thank you so much for doing that. Remember, you still have an opportunity to watch us inside the Tiger's Den, where you can see these charts here in HD. You just have to become a member of TFNN. That's an easy thing to do. All the details on the homepage of TFNN.com. If you are listening on your radio or your mobile device, if you're listening on your mobile device, your smartphone, you can always catch the live stream of this by going to the homepage of TFNN.com. On the right-hand side, you'll see a button, 3 little smartphones. Click on that. The show will stream live. And whenever you take a look at a breakout session, I like to consider the breakout to really be the lowest volume candle session, prior to the high volume bar. So in this case here, I would say the real breakout came from the swing point down here on August 9th. That low is 458.64. So long as that low doesn't get taken out or get taken out with volume, things will be okay in the Sherwood Forest out there with inside of Apple. But right now, it's going to go ahead and it's going to press its fortune by testing the low 468.05 today. I assume that it will, with a trade out at 471. Now, if there's volume of more than 31 million shares and it trades lower, and you get back below the most recent swing, which is the breakout candle, the August 9th area, what that sets up is Apple coming all the way back down to its lows. There's a little bit of a swing point down here on July 23rd, down around the 418 level. But if it is able to break the swing point with volume out there, and with the weighting that Apple still has inside the Qs, inside the NDX 100 out here, this is something that we have to pay attention to. You know, if you've been listening to me for a while, every time that, and even during this market decline here, I go back to the monthly charts of the NASDAQ, of the composite out there, and I say, not so fast. There's no way this market is going to fall apart while the NASDAQ was not giving us any kind of reversal signal out there. Well, that may change today here, and we're going to have to see how these markets trade. Now, to me, the interesting thing is, and I didn't read much about the product release, just some blurbs, and in the background having some folks talk about Apple and their disappointment in their release yesterday. Now, in my opinion here, if you're watching us on Tiger TV, you'll see I've got this tab here. It's actually marked as credit card. What I think most people, not all, but what I think most people have overlooked, especially the big media out here, is I actually can see a game changer out here in the marketplace. Think of it like this. I've got 3 stocks up on my screen here. I've got MasterCard, Visa, and eBay. Why? Well, if we take a look at MasterCard, we go all the way back down to when this thing IPO'd. This is a beautiful stock run out here. This thing IPO'd back in the time frame here of May 25th, down at a price point of about $40. $40, and right now it's trading out at $6.51. That's a heck of a run, isn't it? Wouldn't you like to have that in your bag? I don't know. Maybe some of you do. I don't have that one in my portfolio. That was a big miss for sure. But $40 to $5 or $651. That's a pretty nice run. If we take a look at Visa out here, Visa came out IPO'd a bit later in life in March of 2008. That ran from about $55 to $184. Now, why eBay? I'm going to go take a look at eBay here, and if we do take a look at this, eBay went ahead and purchased PayPal. So you could almost say that I would say that the entity itself has changed. I believe that might have taken place here on this one big high volume up spike. I believe it was right around April 19, 2012, when that was, and that's a gap that is open out here. This gap will never be filled. There are some gaps that never have to be filled. This happens to be one of them. Why do I say that? Because it's a change in entity. Because PayPal, and when they came out with that, they were priced at around, the day before that, quite frankly, they were priced at a level of $39. Right now they're trading at $53 because the entity itself changed. They went from, just an auction site to basically moving into the credit card business. Well, folks, what Apple really announced yesterday, or at least my take on it, one of the takes on it, was this. Then they announced something where you could scan your fingerprints and, in essence, be comfortable enough to use your cell phone as your credit card company. Just as people may have thought that music was and has been a big change in Apple and really the success of iPod. It wasn't so much the iPod, it was the mere fact that they were going to be a game changer inside the music industry. Well, when you think about the ability, do you really want to carry those credit cards when you could have something that's got your own unique fingerprint out there, that you could use that for making your payments and running through your grocery stores and every place else that you make payments? To me, I think what's really being overlooked out there, folks, is the mere fact that what Apple really signaled yesterday was it wants to get into the credit card business. It wants to go compete with this MasterCard chart, with this Visa chart, with this eBay chart, and it wants to be a game changer out there. To me, that was some pretty big news out there, being overshadowed by people focusing on what I consider to be the wrong thing, just the telephone. It ain't no telephone. Hasn't been a telephone for a long, long time. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
TFNN is having an open house in the Tiger's Den for 2 weeks, and the best part is that everyone is invited and you just have to be a member at TFNN. The open house in the Tiger's Den has already begun and will last through our week-long virtual trading competition, which ends September 13th. Use this time to exchange trading ideas with other traders in the virtual chat room and to discuss trading strategy. For all the information and to take part in the Tiger's Den open house, log on to TFNN.com today. McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different futures contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now you can receive a 2-week free trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the Signal Box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, Dow futures off about 5, NASDAQ futures off 19. Think about it. Think about how many people out there have got phones, how many people have got iPhones, and consider that the average transaction cost is about 2% out there. You want to talk about bucks. Forget about if you think iTunes is big with people paying about $1 per song out there. You just start taking a look at your average purchases and take about 2% of that, and obviously there's going to be some profit off of that. And you consider that business versus the music business way bigger out there. So I'm not here to tell you whether or not I see, some comments in the den about the security issues and, whether the NSA's got people's fingerprints or what have you. Look, I'm not saying whether this is right for you. I'm taking a look at it from a business standpoint and really what I consider to be what the market and what the normal and the other commentators out there are just completely overlooking. My opinion is that it's going to happen out there. So it's going to happen, and I think that Apple's taking a stab at it and an approach, and if they can get traction on that approach, folks, my opinion is the iTunes business, the music business that Apple's made so much money off of, that is a blip compared to going ahead and competing with Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, all of those other credit cards out there when you start. So it's a game changer, in my opinion. It is not staying inside the music business. It's adding to a whole different segment out there. But needless to say, we don't need to get involved with that. I just wanted to throw that out there, at least share with you my thoughts from a business standpoint. And I think, quite frankly, a pretty smart decision out there. Now, let's go see what the market is doing, because we just need to understand what the bulls and bears are doing. And right now, inside the NASDAQ futures, we took a look at this yesterday. We were drawing our lines in the sand, our lines of support and or resistance here. And we take a look at our lines of support. It's going to be these bearish engulfing evening star candle formations out here. It was an evening star formation that took place on the trading sessions of August 2nd, August the 5th, and August the 6th out there. So the top of which is the high, which is August 5th at 31.40.25. That becomes a real strong, or should be a real strong area of support. It acted as an area of resistance before. It acted as an area of resistance. In fact, the bears, they showed up here as price moved up into that area on August 13th. On the next trading session, we saw a bearish engulfing candle form. So we know, and this is, although it looks very much like a shooting star, it really isn't, but close enough, we'll call it a shooting star. You can see that this whole area here really acted as resistance. Now, old resistance should become new support, and we may find out today whether or not that area holds 31.40. So just as I said, not so fast on the short side, when the NASDAQ, if we take a look at its weekly and monthly charts out here, let me switch over to this. Actually, this is not the NQ, but it's okay. It's the composite out here. You can see on the monthly chart for the composite, not even close to really forming any kind of bearish candle out here. So we'll see what today brings inside the markets. One day does not make a market for sure. And maybe there's others that are listening and saying, you know what, that point that Steve was making about the credit card business, way more profit in that than in probably anything else that Apple is doing out there. We'll see. Again, they've got to get some traction out here. It doesn't happen overnight, but I do believe that people are really missing the point when what they were focused on was a cheap phone. Are you kidding me? Most of those phones are given away, or you're paying $200 for them, or what have you. So, in any event, I don't want to belabor that. I just think that people are really missing the big point. But the point we want to be paying attention to is, what is it that the candlesticks are in fact teaching us right now? And it's going to be very important to watch the NASDAQ futures today and see what kind of candle it forms. Why? Because right now it's a bearish engulfing candle. A lot of time left in the trading session, so a lot of time for the bulls and the bears. But in the case of the NASDAQ futures, price running right up into the top of its price channel, and where we would have thought maybe a breakout. Look, if price had broken above this, it wouldn't really be a breakout here. But it's the NASDAQ, in my opinion, that we really have to be paying attention to. So we're going to watch it as it moves down into that 31.48-ish level, 31.40 level, because they close below there being really, if it closes below 31, well, I could say if it closed below 31.40.25, that would be a signal of problems to come. I would have to say really it closed below 31.28, the low of that session from August the 5th out there. So we'll want to be paying close attention to that. If we go take a look at the currency market out here, let's go see what else I've got. Let's go take a look at your friend and mine, and that is the euro Japanese yen. Currency-wise, this thing wants to go ahead and at least make that 1.272 butterfly. That'll take in about the 134 range out there, and that should be just enough to move the markets higher. And maybe it's not the NASDAQ. Maybe it's just simply moving the S&P and Dow a bit higher before a potential reversal takes place. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com. Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
To the races. We got the Dow up 14 points. Trade out at 15,207. S&P off 3 at 1681. Composite down 15 points at 3713. Russell 2000 up off 2 points, trading at 1053. Apple to the downside, leading the charge off $25 right now, trading out at 469 and change. United Rentals URI, they're off about 7.5%, down $4 and change. Ova Science OVAS off 31% this morning. That's down $4.55. That's quite a haircut out there. Restoration Restoration Hardware down 4.5% off $3.50. You've got Continental Resources off about 2%, down $2 and change. To the upside, Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. I love that fresh smell of coffee, even though I don't drink it. GMCR, that's up 3%, up $2 and $2.60. Lin Energy, LINE, up 8% this morning. That's up a couple bucks. Zoom, XOOM, they're up $1.22. That's about 4% out there. Harvest Natural up 30% this morning. That's up $1.23. HNR is the ticker symbol. Just jumped on my screen. What are they announcing out here? What kind of negotiations to sell the company? Okay, well, they're going to sell it, spin off the remaining assets. That's a Harvest Natural. Union Pacific Corp up about $1.18. Our call number 877-927-6648. You talk about being off to the races here. Take a look at our virtual trading competition out here. Congratulations to everybody that is participating in the program. Talk about neck and neck here. First place so far after 2 days is X-Vang. $28,795 in profits. I believe you only started with $25,000. So in 2 trading sessions, utilizing that Nadex platform out there, he has doubled his money, or he or she, I should say, have doubled their money. What a great set of trades, and not so bad right behind them. And Gill up $27,912 in 2 days. W Bar up $17,000. J Man up $17,000. D Phillips up $8,500. D Geltema up $7,200 as well. So everybody out there really doing well. Congratulations to you. And how about our daily winners? G. Bjornberg, M. Sadri, K. Sullivan, D. Michelle, and J. C.O. out there. They were our daily winners from yesterday. In order to be a daily winner, all you have to do is just place a trade. So even if you're not in the top 10, folks, what you want to do is get on the system, do it right now, place a trade, any trade, doesn't matter whether it's a winner or a loser out there. You could become a winner regardless, because we have 5 randomly drawn folks. They will be announced on Tom's show later on today. That is in the TFNN $10,000 virtual trading competition. So get out there, have some fun, place a few trades. Let's continue looking at the markets here, what's popping and dropping. Did mention that Apple down about $24 right now. That's on my screen. We've got the support zone that we've identified. It's going to be from the breakout session of August the 9th out there, that 453.65, until that level is broken. It's going to act as a breakout area, potential level of support. Now, volume so far is 6.8 million shares, so it's got volume on this gap down coming against 31 million shares. We'll see how Apple continues to trade during the session today, but obviously a drag on the markets here, certainly the NDX 100. Let's go take a look at some of these other stocks here that are popping and dropping. In fact, first let's go around and take a look at the commodities, currencies, and then we'll come back and take a look at some individual stocks. So let's start off by taking a look at the currency market out here. Let's start with the queen bee, the euro. If we take a look at it, the euro is up above the 0.382 retracement of its last leg down. That last leg down beginning August the 20th, the high out there, 1.3450, all the way down to the low that was put in just a few trading sessions ago out here on September the 6th. That low, 130.03. If we take a look at it, it's above the 0.382 level. Came slicing through the 0.382 retracement level with a wide-ranging bar. What does that tell us? Tells us it wants to at least go hit the 0.618 area. That would be 1.3318. Now, yesterday, that bar, the candlestick, I should say, got a fairly narrow body. So yesterday began to lose a little bit of steam here. Normal retracement is the 0.618 level, as long as it doesn't hit that area with a wide-ranging bar, where that could be setting up as nothing more than the A to B equals CD down. Let's go put that in here into our charts. Let's see what that potential price projection is, because what that will likely do is set up a Gartley buy pattern. So if, in fact, the euro moves up to right around the 133.18 level, then begins its retracement down. If we take a look at, because we can draw these patterns in advance. You want to be able to draw these patterns in advance, because you want to be sitting on a fishing hole that's just simply full of money out here. The 1 to 1.272 would be one heck of a nice setup out here. If we go draw in, let's see if I can. I don't think I can draw in the total Gartley pattern here. Let me see if I can do this. No, I can't because it's just gonna take it from the swing point from yesterday. So I'm just going to erase this altogether. But what we're looking at, folks, is I'm suggesting that the euro wants to bounce a little bit higher, make that 0.618 retracement, and then from there, if it does in fact turn down, it'll either make a 1-to-1 or a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD. A 1-to-1 will take it right down into the range of the 0.618 retracement, which is between the level of 1.302 and 1.2974. And that would actually set up, or potentially set up, I should say, a Gartley buy pattern. Now, if it gets down there, it'll also come into that wide-ranging bar off the bottom from July 10th out there. So that may be where she is headed to. If it can push a bit lower, the 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD, which is also the 1.618 expansion of what potentially would be the B to C swing point, that would set up a 0.786 Gartley buy. I like that buy pattern better, but you got to take what the market gives to you, and that would complete right around the 1.2880 level, and that is in the euro U.S. dollar currency pair. Let's go take a look. I mentioned the Great British Pound was one that had the largest movement earlier as we were coming on the air, so let's go take a look at the Great British Pound U.S. dollar index. It's now taking out its original Gartley sell pattern that completed and worked very well. That was the Gartley sell pattern that completed on June the 17th. Well, you're up over that swing point. It had made the 100% move of a move, so it qualified and it completed that as the Great British Pound U.S. dollar made its 1-to-1 A to B equals CD up. It completed that on August the 21st. Pulled back, created that hammer candle out there, was not even a 0.382 retracement. Now what could be setting up here is a couple of different A to B equals CD. There's your 1 to 1.272 move. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 2A to B equals CD. There's the original AB equals CD pattern, and here looks to be the new one that is forming. So it looks to me like what the what the Great British Pound U.S. dollar wants to do is probably set up a butterfly pattern. Let's go take a look at what that butterfly pattern would do. We're going to take a look at the expansion of our swing points from June 17th's low down, high down to the low of July 19th, and there it is. There's our 1.272 butterfly as it was complete its next A to B equals CD up. Let's go draw that pattern in. We can do that here as we watch that here on Tiger TV. There is your 1.272 butterfly pattern, and that looks like that. I got to draw it properly. If I'm going to draw it, let's do it right. Come on, Steve-O. Let's get this thing down here so I can go ahead and take off all the expansions and the retracements out there. There is your 1.272 butterfly. Looks to me like that is where the Great British Pound wants to head to. Give me a moment here. Let's go ahead and put this in Technicolor. That just means a little different color out there. So there we go. Let me get rid of the formation tool out here, clean that up a bit, and then we'll leave that, and we'll see if, in fact, let me get rid of that retracement tool as well. Fibonacci. And so that to me looks like what the Great British Pound U.S. dollar wants to know. Now, the beauty of it, if it can make that move, if it can get all the way up there and make that move, it'll get into the extreme overbought condition out there, and that would probably set up a pretty nice reversal trade with that butterfly out there. And that is on the Great British Pound U.S. dollar. If we go take a look here, we already took a look at the Euro Japanese yen, so no reason. Let's just take a look at the U.S. dollar Japanese yen. Let's see what we have out here. This had a Gartley sell pattern. This thing is being violated. This is the 0.786 Gartley sell pattern, but a nice wide-ranging bar yesterday says that ain't it. That says that the U.S. dollar Japanese yen wants to make a move all the way back up now to its swing point high, I would say, out here back in the July 8th time frame. Let's take a look at A to B equals CD patterns. Let's take a look off the 8-point down here on August the 8th. That was at a price level of 95.79. That's your 8-point. Your B point came in on August 23rd out at 99.13. Your C point was the retracement down to August 28th. You can see the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. It made that, went ahead and pulled back just slightly, and now it's off to its next level, which is the 101.05 level. That will make a 100% move of a move, getting back into the July 8th time frame, July 8th swing point. The U.S. dollar, Japanese yen, neither overbought nor oversold out there, so plenty of room to run to the upside. Let's go take a look here. Let's look at the world. Let's go see what's going on around the world out here. We've got the FTSE. Let's take a look at that first. The FTSE has been traveling in a downtrend channel out here. Price hit the top of that channel line yesterday on September the 10th out there. We'll see if that is going to contain price. Thus far, it has. No reversal signal just yet, but it is traveling in a descending price channel out there. Let's take a look at the DAX here. The DAX, no way is this 0.786 Gartley pattern going to hold here. The DAX here is traveling all the way into its swing point high from May 22nd. So long as it stays inside there, the DAX will want to go ahead and tag 8557.86, the high of May 22nd out there. Let's go take a look and see what the Nikkei did last night. The Nikkei went ahead and touched its 0.618 retracement level of its last leg down. That's the last leg I'm talking about from July 19th, that high 14,953, all the way down to the low that was formed on August the 28th. The exact 0.618 retracement, 14,575. The actual number hit last night, 14,561. You got to love it. So it hit that. No reversal signal here yet inside the Nikkei. In fact, what it does have, it does have this 0.618 small Gartley buy pattern, and that seems to have worked here. The question is going to be, is that going to turn into a new A to B equals CD up? We'll know more about that, the way that this trades here over the course of the next couple of days out there. Let's take a look here at the Shanghai, see what the Shanghai is doing. You know, this thing had the hammer of hammer candles. That was all the way back on June 25th out there. That was also coming at the end of about a 1.272 butterfly move. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. It's not the prettiest butterfly, but you know what? It is a butterfly nonetheless. But boy, that hammer candle, that has really acted as a place where price has moved. But we can see here that the Shanghai has moved into that extreme, and I do mean extreme overbought territory. So this thing is due for a bit of a pullback. It still could get up and test the 24.25 level. It's at 23.46. But let's see what kind of retracement it's done off of its last leg. And the last leg I'm speaking about takes us to the May 29th high at 24.43 down to the bottom of that hammer. You'll see the 0.786 level is 23.34. It closed out at 23.46. So it's very possible that that's all that's left in this move here at the moment for the Shanghai. That leaves us with one other world index to take a look at, and that is the Hang Seng. As we take a look at the Hang Seng out here and we take a look at its retracement, it's trying to make its way all the way back to the May 20th high. In our market, it was May 22nd. Inside the Hang Seng, it was May 20th. You can see it is above the 0.786 retracement level, so it's going to go ahead and make a run for that area, somewhere between the range of 23.34 to 23.512, and that was on the Hang Seng. No bullish reversal signal yesterday inside this index as well. Almost a key reversal session. Let me make sure. The low of September 10th, 22.842.88, and yesterday 22.848.53. So it missed it. No, hold on. 22.848. Yeah, it missed it. It missed it by a few bucks out there. So no key reversal session here. Steve, can you check on natural gas? Well, I would be happy to check on natural gas. We'll do that after we look at gold, silver, and light sweet crude. Let's take a look at Goldilocks here. Gold is going to come back and at least test its first area of support. That's going to be the July 23rd area, right around the 1348 level. It's at 1362. We'll see if it can hold. Right now, it is testing the 50-day exponential moving average. That's that blue squiggly line going across my screen out there. That is on Goldilocks. If we take a look at silver here, silver is trading out right now at $23.15. It's testing its line of support right now. That line of support being set up by these little bearish reversal signals, whether they're dark cloud cover candles or bearish engulfing candles. That's this black horizontal line going across my screen. If that area of support holds, could become an area of resistance. You know, normal pullback inside of silver, and I do like the way that it's trading and that it's pulling back, just working off an over, and what was really an extreme overbought condition. The 0.382 level is 22.47. It should at least tag that, but more likely maybe around the $20.83 mark. That is on high-ho silver. If we take a look here at light sweet crude right now at 107.71. Just having an inside day out here. Again, the better trade setup from the long side on light sweet crude is probably a test of the 50-day exponential moving average right now. That looks to be about a price of 105.27, so just a couple of bucks, about $2.50 lower. If it can hold that price, then all you're dealing with is really a very narrow banded trading range, but you are getting higher highs and higher lows inside of light sweet crude. That would say we're looking at the 114-ish level in oil. As far as bonds, what are bonds doing? Not a whole lot. But, folks, bonds are going to coil. and they're going to move higher. They're going to surprise everybody, but I don't think they're going to break back into the 135 level. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. Funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.6% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. And all 6 of those winning trades had been initiated no earlier than just the previous month. With the 600th weekly Gold Report issue fast approaching, Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began, and right now you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber, as this volatile gold market provides trading opportunities after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 34 points. Otherwise, the index there in the red. You've got the S&P off 3. Composite is down 16. Russell 2000 off 280. Inside the Dow, you've got IBM lead the charge. The upside up $1.71. Travelers up 81 cents. Disney up 59. United Technologies up 52. To the downside, lead the charge. Procter & Gamble. That's off 34 cents. Intel down 18. McDonald's off 11 cents. JP Morgan off 14. Johnson & Johnson off about 13 pennies. Now, we're going to go back to natural gas for Alex inside the Tiger's Den out here. The question, I believe, was, is this making a bottom out here? Let me tell you how you would trade natural gas from where we're at right now. I'm going to go ahead and blow this up on the screen. Now, natural gas made a beautiful pattern. First, we'll go back to what it did do, and then and how it responded. So inside natural gas made a 1 to 2, A to B equals CD. And so for each of you that have the art of timing the trade out there, you know when you do a 1 to 2, A to B equals CD, you're more likely to do something else. Move sideways, maybe go ahead and bounce, maybe make a bottom, but do something other than continue in with that direction. Well, in the case of natural gas, it gave you that signal when it had a bullish engulfing, piercing pattern really, and a bullish engulfing and a key reversal session on August the 8th. That formed a bottom. That was your buy out there. And now what it has done, it's made a retracement. Now, that retracement here got stopped in its tracks when it really made the first confirmed bearish pattern out here. That bearish pattern, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the Gertley buy pattern. We can always draw that back in. I can always draw this back in. Here's the reversal pattern. See, along the way up here, it made a couple of reversal candles. A little dark cloud cover here lasted for a day. So that dark cloud cover was, that's like when you look in the skies and you see some thunderous clouds off in the distance. You're not sure if they're going to hit you, your house, your work, wherever it is you see those. Well, that's what really happened out here. It was a little dark cloud cover, and guess what? The storm blew by. The bulls came back in. They erased that, or the storm just simply blew by. Another way to be able to take a look at it. Yet another storm session that appeared here, and that was on August 23rd, another dark cloud cover that took place, and that storm blew by as well. And then we had right here the trading session from September the 5th, an evening star reversal pattern. Here's a 3-candle pattern out here. You had some follow-through on the following day out here. This pattern is still in effect. Now, a way that you can trade it if you think that a bottom is being formed, you would wait to get a close above the September 9th because you've got a couple of small-bodied candles traveling with inside this last little September 9th green upthrust candle. And if, in fact, one way to trade it, if you get a close above 362, you could say, okay, the move lower is over. But you'd have to know that you've got some overhead resistance, which is right up here at the top of this evening star. In fact, all the black horizontal lines going across my screen, they are resistance points. In this case here, it's really not a tested area of resistance at the top of September 5th, so you don't know whether it will hold. If price can break above that, well, it's got another evening star formation pattern out here. These 3 candles right here, that would say the next area of resistance, right around $3.83 out there. And if it can break through that, well, it's got one more area of resistance to bust through it. This little bearish engulfing candle that took place here on June the 20th, meaning resistance would be the prior candle at $3.98 out there. What I think is more likely to happen is an A to B equals CD down, a small A to B equals CD down. But either way, you can either play the momentum move to the upside if it can clear that high from September 9th, or you can wait for the next A to B equals CD to form. That A to B equals CD that could be forming out here would look like this, would take price into the 342, 337, or 331 level. All you want to do is wait for a reversal signal, and when we take a look at retracements from low to high out there, what we see is right at about $3.35 is your sweet old 0.618 retracement. That would be a nice buy on natural gas. Time flies, folks. Have a terrific day. Have a terrific Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you in a few or tomorrow morning. Don't forget, place your trades in the $10,000 virtual trading system out there. Take care, folks. What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.